most of the people who came that day were really intending to be peaceful.
But do you think the president's speech out there to the crowd helped incite that riot?
It's her first on-camera interview since the insurrection at the Capitol. We sit down with Congresswoman Kathy McMorris Rogers to discuss her future support for former President Donald Trump and how we all have a role to play to move America forward.
The coldest weather of the week is just ahead of us, and I'll show you just how low those temperatures will go by Friday.
Plus, more results are in for school levies. The latest on the races we're calling tonight.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM News at 11. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
Hello everyone, welcome. I'm Regina on. Let's get right into our top story of the night. Of course, that frigid weather headed our way. We're expecting some dangerously low temperatures and wind chills way below zero.
Talking overnight lows in the single digits. Meteorologist Thomas Patrick standing by with more on what to expect, Thomas.
Yeah, I mean, if not for the winds, even temperatures in the single digits wouldn't feel that bad as you're standing outside, because usually our bodies create that little layer of heat around us, but it's the wind that makes things so much colder outside, and that's what we're working with through most of the day tomorrow all the way into Friday morning. And it is Friday morning that we have wind chill advisories that have been issued for Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, and most of our northern tier of communities, even up to Omak, Kettle Falls, as well as Bonners Ferry. Wind chills as cold as 20 degrees below zero. That is not going to be fun waking up Friday morning. It's this Arctic air intrusion that's hitting most of the U.S., but keep your eyes on that cloud cover that's in the Pacific Ocean, because that's going to intersect that cold air, which means we're definitely getting some snow in some of the coming days as well. As you look at our 12-hour forecast, the clouds clear out for tonight. That allows those temperatures to bottom out. I think low teens, upper single digits on tap for tonight in most areas around Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, and northward. As cold as zero in Republic, and areas in Montana are already below zero, and that's just the air temperature. Of course, wind chills a lot colder than that. But I mentioned the snow is also part of the forecast. We start to see that arrive tomorrow afternoon, but only for some of our southern communities. But we have these snow chances all the way through the weekend, so I'll show you how much snow is in the forecast overall for our region.
Looking forward to that, Thomas. Thank you very much. Last night, 15 of the 19 school districts in Spokane County had levies on the ballot in the special election. Tonight, the latest numbers give us a better idea of results.
Our political reporter Casey Decker breaks down the latest on the school levy votes.
A number of the levies that were too close to call yesterday, well, we're now comfortable confirming them as called. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the biggest districts in Spokane County, starting with Central Valley. Yesterday, it was looking like a pretty narrow race. Today, it's still not exactly a huge lead, but still 54-46. We are comfortable calling that race because right now in Spokane County, only 100 votes left to count. So any lead that's bigger than 100 votes, we're going to go ahead and say that that one is confirmed as a yes. So Central Valley School District right now is passing their levy. Let's go ahead and take a look next at the Meade School District. This one we were really monitoring closely yesterday because it was so narrow, just a 52% lead. That's still the case today, but that lead actually increased slightly. It was just 670 votes yesterday. Today it's 905, and that is enough that we are comfortable saying that the Meade levy has also passed. Now let's take a look at the Cheney School District. Two levies there. Proposition 1 in Cheney is the regular educational operations levy. That one is increasing in terms of the property tax rate, and right now it's got a 56% lead. Under 1,000 votes, but it's a smaller district, so that margin is pretty comfortable percentage-wise. That levy has passed. Take a look at the second levy, also in Cheney, and you'll see there that the lead is actually much larger on that second levy. That's because this is the capital projects levy, and that levy is actually decreasing in terms of the amount of property taxes that voters in that area will pay. Comfortable 59% lead there, so both levies in Cheney passing. Now let's take a look at the West Valley School District. Also a district that has two levies on the ballot this February, and you can see Proposition 1 passing with 57% of the vote. Again, it's a smaller district, so just a 700 vote lead. That is an increase from yesterday's lead of just about 560 votes. And we can take a look at Proposition 2 as well. Both of these levies increasing the property tax rates in West Valley School District, although a bond there is expiring, so the overall rate will decrease. Proposition 2 in West Valley also passing with 56% of the vote. So all four of those districts that we just mentioned that yesterday were too close to call. We are now comfortable calling them as passing their levies. And let's take one more look now as well as at the Spokane School District levy. Yesterday, that one we were able to call last night because it had such a comfortable lead, 64% of the vote. Yesterday, about a 15,000 vote lead. Today, that's increased to nearly 17,000 votes. So a pretty overwhelming support for the levy in the Spokane Public School District. Some of these districts had a decrease in terms of their percentage and their votes in terms of the yes votes from 2018 when they last had their levies, but still enough to pass. So right now, it's looking like many of the districts in Spokane County are going to be able to keep their levies going forward. For now, reporting in the newsroom, Casey Decker, KREM 2 News.
Casey, thank you. Well, we are getting a better idea now about why a huge warehouse is being built in Spokane Valley.
Until now, it only been called the Project Fireball. Now a new permit lists the project name as Amazon GEG2 Hydrogen Project. In a planning document, the 1.5 million square foot development is identified as a distribution facility. The Amazon Fulfillment Center off Geiger Boulevard was originally known as Project Rose. So we reached out to Amazon to ask them about this new facility in the valley. We have not yet heard back from them.
3 people have been arrested for a string of burglaries in the Gonzaga area during their winter break. A total of 11 burglaries were reported during that time. The suspects were arrested in connection to 9 of those. Combined, the trio were charged for 41 crimes. All 3 have criminal histories, including felony convictions. There were approximately 71 victims of the burglaries, including property owners who had to make repairs following extensive damages to doors forced open.
Fort George Wright Drive officially no more. The city is in the process of removing the signage and replacing them with the new name, Whitsox Way. City Council voted to approve the name change in December. The street's new name honors a woman warrior of the Spokane tribe who fought against Colonel Wright. The tribe has been fighting to have the street sign's name changed for years, as the colonel led a campaign of genocide against the native people of Spokane. Still ahead tonight, anti-tax initiative promoter Tim Eyman under fire today for using donor money for his own benefit. How much the court is ordering them pay, plus his future in politics. Next.